Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Annis Hardy, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. We are back with our third week of Money Front's update cars from GTA Online, where we take them up the mountain to see how well they stack up against all the other vehicles that we have tested, and just generally get an idea for how well they off-road. 99% of the cars that we test are incredibly inappropriate vehicles to be taking up a mountain, but you know, that doesn't stop us any whatsoever. And then at the end of each season, once we've tested all the cars that have come with the DLC, we take the two fastest and the two slowest, and we have ourselves a little race where it's everybody against everybody instead of me in the lead and everybody else playing sport vehicle roles. Nah, we just go flat out, see who can complete the course the quickest and the two fastest and the two slowest. And it's a lot of fun because I get to take shortcuts and things I don't normally get to do when I'm testing. But that's still a few weeks away. We're actually only 2 episodes out from the 250th regular Will It Off-Road video, which is mind-boggling. I never thought the series would stick around this long. I really didn't. But it's pretty cool. And what else is cool is that you can take part. Gosh, that segue was beautiful. You can take part. All you need to do is play on the platform we play on, which is almost always the PC enhanced version. Though once GTA 6 gets here, it'll be a console for a while until PC version comes out. Don't yet know what console that's going to be. Probably PlayStation, but we'll see. But have the game on the platform we play, and then be part of the Vainglorious Discord server. The link is in the description down below. It probably has popped up on the screen by now as well. You can join the server. We're it's a smaller community. I have a smaller YouTube channel, so I have a smaller community. So it's not as active, not as busy as some. But we do have quite a few regulars that hang out. And we have a lot of people who play a lot of different games from a lot of different platforms. So you're bound to find somebody who has a common gaming interest. Plus we have a bunch of IRL related channels. So check it out and take part in Will It Off-Road. And even if you don't want to, just become part of the community. We'd love to have you. We'd also love to have you check out the link to Will It Off-Road Bingo down in the description. We have only had 5 winners ever in Will It Off-Road Bingo, despite the number of episodes we've had. So you can be our 6th one. So you just click on Generate a New Card, tap or click on things that happen in the video if they're on your card. And if you get bingo, let us know about it in the comments. We are nearly to the top of the mountain with the Hardy, and I'll talk a little bit more about its performance here in just a moment. But I did have a little bit of trouble getting it to turn in. The front wheels just did not want to grip there to go around that corner, so kind of had to take the long way around. Lost a little time, but we were up 2 minutes 56 seconds. So Will It Off-Road? Sure, if you've been around for a while, we say anything under 3 minutes is okay. It's decent. Maybe not the thing you want to take. I don't know what they're doing with their hoods over there, by the way. Maybe not the thing you want to take, though, because it did have a lot of wheel spin coming up the mountain. And there were just a few places where I struggled with grip, getting the power down so that I could move forward. And it's really gets slowed down in the bushes. Plus, as you'll see going down here, this may look a little bit in control, but you can see right there, I was just about to run off the mountain. Because it doesn't have the best brakes when in the dirt. I don't know the off-road traction loss for this thing. Let me pull up RoughUseGTAcars.net and look it up, and it really is this easy to do. The Annis Hardy has just a normal off-road traction loss of 1. So the standard. Speaking of standards and numbers and all that good stuff, that 256.34 is good to place this 220th out of 480 vehicles. So in the top half, but still down there quite a ways. It is 0.13 of a second slower than in the Class C Scramjet that did not use the jets to get up the mountain. And it is 1/10 of a second faster than the Obey Omnis, which is interesting. Omnis is a great off-roader. In terms of sedans, as of this vehicle, we've tested 31, though we're about to test 32nd one with the very next car as we can string. This is currently 9th out of that 32. It is, and this is weird the way the numbers work out, but it is 2.13 seconds slower than the Zirconian Stratum, and it's 2.13 seconds faster than the Benefactor Shafter V12 Armor. And then in terms of money fronts, as of this vehicle, we've only tested 5, though we'll have the 6th one at this point. It is currently 4th place. It is 24.73 seconds slower than the Class C Walton L35 stock and 14. Oh, hello, trees of mini crashes. It's turning into plural there. But 14.817 seconds faster than the Class C Tampa GT HSW. And in the rain, this thing becomes a whole different car. I really, really thought I was going to be able to hold that drift, but then I just overcooked it in the back end. Just wouldn't regain enough grip. Plus, the front wheels weren't quite doing what I was asking them to either. But it would have been really cool if I could have drifted around that corner. Sadly, there's a truck in the way, so we're not going to get all that of impressive a jump. But I do think Hobo managed to knock it out of the way enough so that Raven can get a jump done. So we'll let Raven do his jump in the top right corner, and Commander Hobo in the top left. And their footage may seem a little larger than normal, and maybe just a bit more. And that's because this video marks the very first 4K. Well, that's not true. I've had 4K videos on my channel before, but it wasn't real 4K. I was cheating back when you used to be able to convince the NVIDIA control panel that your monitor supported 4K, even if it didn't. You can still do that. You can show the hidden resolutions or unsupported resolutions. And what would happen is you could then go into the game, and in GTA at least, and then scale it down so that it still fit your screen, but Shadow Play would still see that as a 4K recording and would record in 4K. Though, like I said, not really quite true 4K. Now it is real 4K. I got a new monitor. We're in 4K. The game looks amazing. I had heard somebody years ago be like, you've got to get the 4K monitor. It looks great. And that was before OLEDs came out and everything. And I got an OLED. And so the colors really pop. Everything's vibrant. And it's just beautiful. But that means there's also more just screen real estate now in my videos. So the ratios are still the same, but it just may seem like there's a bit more from their views up there, even though the ratio to my video is the same. I don't know if that makes sense. What does make sense is I did a wonderful barrel and end-over-end loop, or flip, over the wood pile. We're down in 134. Let's take a look at the damage on the Hardy. All the windows and lights are missing. Both front fenders are gone. Rear bumper is still up on Mount Chiliad somewhere, along with that right rear door. The hood, the doors, and the trunk will not close. It does have ever so slightly bent wheels and some body damage. There are 2 support vehicles, one of which is about to catch fire, so it's a good thing the fire truck is pulling up, and police shooting at Commander Hobo. There's our support vehicles from the rear. That brings us to our next vehicle, the Annis Minimus. Another sedan. Also from money fronts. I don't know how these two stack up against each other for like top speed and lap times. I suppose I could look, but I'm not gonna. All I do know is that in the last car, it felt like I got up the mountain quicker. The log was in the way, kind of messed up my mind a little bit, but it felt like I got up the mountain quicker than I did. Like when I saw the time, I was really surprised that was a 2:56. I don't know, it felt like it was faster than that. It felt like I was just really making some good headway, but nope, it was a nearly 3-minute car. And then this one felt really slow, but it was also more sure-footed. I wasn't fighting with the rear end wanting to come around nearly as often. It does run into a problem of its own. A little sneak peek of it there, and then again. When I wanted to go up on 2 wheels, and then yeah, that was just bizarre that it just rolled over there. It's not very many cars that want to roll over like that. There are trucks and vans because of how high up they sit that you gotta be careful on that corner. But usually with a car, a sedan, it's just not really a problem. You can see a lot of times the weight of this thing really shifting around and really wanting to send it up in two wheels or on two wheels in many different directions. It was strange. I got used to it, but I never really trusted it after that rollover. I'm still pushing it as hard as I can, though. Always trying to find that sweet spot where I'm getting grip so that the wheels aren't just spinning. And then I'm moving forward, that I'm putting as much power down as I can to get up the mountain. And with this car, it was pretty easy, though. I'm guessing that for Commander Hobo, it was not as easy because he just fell off the mountain. Raven's doing all right in his Astro, whatever that's called, Astro GTX, RS, LE, LWB. I don't know. What is that called? Astro something. I don't know. But look at that. 2 hikers down. Also gave me a 1 level. But this high up the mountain, you don't really have to worry about 1 levels as long as it's not a 3-star. Because the police cars can't figure out how to drive up this high. 3-star, you have to start worrying because the helicopters will show up and take you out. But yeah, if it's just a 1 or 2-star, you can do as many crimes as you want on the top of Mount Chiliad. Making our final little climb a lot better than it was in the Hardy, though still slowed down just a little bit, and we're going to take out 1 more hiker, and we're up 2 minutes 40 seconds. So will it off-road? Yeah, it's a little bit better, 16 seconds better basically than what we just saw. Out of the 480 vehicles that we've tested as of this video, this is 95th, so up there in that top 25%. It is 0.2 of a second slower than an Ubermacht Rebla GTS and 1/10 of a second faster than the Vapid Dominator ASP. Out of sedans, we've now tested 32, and this is 4th, which means that bumps the Hardy down to 10. It is 85 hundredths of a second slower than the Declassi Impaler SZ, or SZ if you're weird, and 4.583 seconds faster than the Lampadati Cinquemilla. In terms of money fronts, we've now tested 6. This is now number 4, which pushes the Hardy down to number 5. It is 8.627 seconds slower than the Declassi Walton L35 and 16.127 seconds faster than the Annis Hardy. And this is usually somewhere in the video I would tell you about a behind-the-scenes version that's less edited, shows a lot of outtakes, and a lot of the things we get up to between all the edits that are in the video, and in that it has the Discord conversation instead of this voiceover, but I screwed up in recording and didn't record Discord or my mic at the time, so it's not there. But for all the other Will It Off-Road videos, there is a behind-the-scenes version, and channel supporters can gain access to that. There's a link or more information about becoming a channel supporter down in the description below. That looked like it was a little bit in control, but it really wasn't. As you can see, the way the back end bounced around there, and now I'm taking very strange lines to get sorted back out. Also, very afraid of Sven, because if I get hit by the spinny, scoopy, ramming thingy on the front of his car, I will go flying. No, I don't want to go flying. I want to stay right here on the trails so that we can have a good run. And, oh, managed to miss the trees. A good sunrise run. We had to spend the night on top of the mountain because it was just a little bit too late in the day to bring it back down. And since the majority of my viewers of Will It Off-Road are on mobile, I try to make sure we have daylight whenever we record, just so, you know, you guys can see. Once again, there's a truck in the way. Hobo has borrowed a land barge, though, so maybe he'll be able to knock it out of the way, or Sven might be able to. I don't know. Raven actually managed to get over. Oh, there goes the truck. Yeah, that worked. So we got some good jumps out of that after all. So we will take it back up to the top of Mount Chiliad, and once again for science, not because we enjoy watching the cars crunch and crash their way down the hill, but for science. Very rigorous testing of all of the safety equipment and structural integrity of the cars. This is as a service to you, so that you will understand that when you fall off a mountain, how well each car will remain intact or not. So yeah, it also happens to be kind of fun to just drive the cars off the side of the mountain. I don't know what it is about it. I've never really understood it. I remember one of the earliest World Off-Road videos, somebody just like, I don't understand why you throw them off just to see them crunch. And I think it is that. I think it's just to see them crunch and go crash and boom and sometimes explode and watch body parts fall off. Speaking of explode, Hobo, you might want to get off those tracks. Are you really tempting fate with the train? I think... Oh, okay. I thought he was tempting fate with the train. I guess not. I guess he just wanted to cut it close. You may notice he's not in the same vehicle that he was in for the other segment. He switched because I guess he did a popularity run during the nighttime. I got stuck there for the longest time. The front and the rear bumpers were like bridging that tiny little gully, and the wheels weren't touching the ground. So I had to do a little bit of a burnout. Oh, who was that? That must have been Sven. I had to do a little bit of a burnout. So, denied getting over the wood pile. Just did not hit that little bump at just the right angle that you need to hit that to get over it. But that's okay. Hobo taking out his fence, and we are down in 1 minute 45 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Minimus. There are 3 windows gone. Don't know what just happened with bikers. The headlights are missing. The right rear door is gone, and the hood, trunk, and doors won't close. I don't think the wheels even look all that bent. Maybe a little, but I don't think so. And there's no body damage. But there are support vehicles from the front, including Hobo's, both cars Hobo used, and from the rear. And I want to say thank you very much for watching today. I know there are numerous different ways you could have spent your time today, and you chose to spend it with us here in our fun little off-roading video in GTA Online. So I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.